I draw things from the sea. Sometimes it's whales, other times it's mermaids. I live on an island. We are surrounded by sea. And yet I am scared of it. I don't like its cold. I don't like the painful stones under my feet. I don't like what might be lurking in the deep, unnerving sea. Sometimes I stand in the shallows, yearning to join the others swimming out, shouts of joy and laughter. They are not scared. I just look on, envious of their fearlessness. Over a period of time, something happened to me. I started to suffer from severe anxiety. The horribly rapid heartbeat and the palpable thumping through my chest. The inability to sleep or cease catastrophizing about everything and anything. It was hard to swallow food. It was hard to focus on anything. I'd go to the supermarket to buy food for my family and just stare at the shelves, completely unable to make a decision. It went on like this for weeks. It was a terribly lonely place to be. Thankfully, I had the help of a counsellor from a carers organisation that I belonged to. It was during lockdown, so everything was carried out on the phone. But without those hour-long weekly calls, I'm not sure what would have happened. And just as my counsellor's strategies were beginning to work, another opportunity to bolster my physical and mental health appeared. It was in the shape of my dearest friend, my sister-in-law, who is more like a sister to me. She said, "Let's go swimming. Let's start on the 1st of May. Swimming. Right. Me? This is what ran through my head. It will be freezing. And something in me said, yes, so what? What, there will be horrible stony pebbles that will kill my feet. So, buy some beach shoes. But, there might be things, weird fish or monsters or shopping trolleys or riptides or currents that will drown me. There might be. Will it be any worse than what you feel now? And there wasn't really an argument to that. What I felt right now, what sometimes went through my head, was that if I was no longer alive, then I wouldn't have to feel like this. I wasn't suicidal, it was just a fact. I wouldn't have to face the things that were literally doing my head in. And then swimming in the cold sea felt like it wasn't such a big deal. On the 1st of May, we went for our first swim. It was a gloriously sunny day. The sea was crystal clear and there weren't many people around. We really couldn't have asked for better conditions. There was a tiny bit of pebbly beach, and there was the sea. We edged our way in. We screamed a lot at the cold. We got our shoulders under and then shot out to be swaddled by warm towels, a hot cup of tea and some sandwiches. We went in the next day and the next, and before long we were meeting almost every day. Sometimes it was a quick dip and back to work or my care duties, and sometimes it was a long, lazy afternoon at the beach hut with reading, tea drinking and cake. I started by staying in the shallows, still fearful of the lurking beasts of the deep. Little by little my confidence grew, and as the weeks went by, I would swim deeper and further, until one day we found ourselves halfway around the cove. It appeared that my fear of reality was being balanced by fear of the imaginary, and they cancelled each other out. And now I've been through a whole year. I've swung in springtime water that has a gentle warmth and then pockets of freezing cold. I've swum in the height of summer when the water was gentle and clear, and through the autumn, long afternoons of self-evaluation and healing. And in the midst of winter, when most people were walking past us, wrapped up in scarves and hats, so you could only see their incredulous eyes as they passed. And here's the thing that I have discovered. Cold water heals you. The warmer seas of the summer were lovely and relaxing, but there is something about the cold that resets the anxious mind. Perhaps it's to do with fight or flight. Being in the cold means you stop all of the ego thoughts terrorizing you, because you are fighting for survival. It's sink or swim in the most literal of ways. If you've come across Wim Hof, you will know that he tells his story well. After his wife took her own life, leaving him with 6 young children, the cold healed him, and he has spent the last 40 years developing his techniques for others to use. If we could go back in time and you said to me, "You'll be a cold water swimmer one day," I would have thought you mad. More than that, I'd have bet you every penny in my wallet that you were wrong, because I feared the sea. My fear was so big that I couldn't overcome it with normal courage. It took the sort of bravery you have to have when all else has failed and when you have nothing left to lose. And so my first year is up. Will I keep going when the wind is biting and the snow is falling? You bet. I think it is going to be cold. The thing is, cold is what you need to embrace. There is something about getting in that cold water that just makes everything okay.
Was it freezing?
Yeah, it's cold.
I don't know how you could do it.
Oh, it's lovely. It's so, just cleans your head. It's just amazing.
I'll blow my head off, I reckon. Oh, I'll have a laugh.
Here it is, looking mighty beautiful. See, sunshine, Isle of Wight, beautiful beach.